So this all started actually when I was in medical school. My dad started using vitamin C topically for basal and squamous cell carcinoma, and very successfully. We actually presented a case, I think, in 2014 or 2012. And we decided to go ahead and try it on melanoma. And our first case was actually a doctor from Ohio, and we started injecting her lesion in January of this year. And this case actually was a 55-year-old male who had heard about our injection of the lady in January, and I think Dr. Ron had told him, and so he came in, and
He's from my hometown.
He's from Dr. Ron's hometown, and I was real squeamish about doing this on him, but he had, this was, I guess, in April. We first saw him April 5th, and he had just had a biopsy, I'm losing my thoughts. No, it wasn't a punch biopsy, a scrape biopsy, or whatever. What's the term for it? Anyhow, he had this lesion on his triceps for about many years, and over the last year and a half, it was growing. And so he went in for a biopsy, and I wrote down what the biopsy said. It was a melanoma to a breast flow depth of at least 5 millimeters and a Clark's level, and blah blah blah. They wanted to do a big, wide excision and go through a skin graft and all these things, and wanted to start chemotherapy after. And he had come in, and he said he wasn't doing it. He watched his mom go through colon cancer, and he didn't care. He wasn't doing any conventional treatments, and he wanted to inject it with vitamin C because he heard about our case. And his goals were to keep his body healthy. He wanted to do everything he could do now. He didn't want to go through treatment because he knew the side effects. And he said, I don't quit. I'm not going to quit. That's what he told me. So we began injecting it on April 5th. And so this was the only picture I had before. This was actually from his medical records from the scrape biopsy he had done in March. And so this was April 5th, right before we injected the lesion. I don't know if you can see the pictures well. We used sodium ascorbate, or your regular vitamin C you use for injections, and I added a cc of bicarb. Don't ask me why. I thought it wouldn't hurt if we added bicarb to it. He said it was about a 5 out of 10 on the pain scale. He got used to it eventually. But we injected it on April 5th, and then also during that time he was doing 75-gram IVC once a week. He completely changed his diet. He was this typical SAD diet. He went on very high vegetables, hardly any meat, no sugar, no grains. He ate a lot of omega-3s, no trans fats. He had a very high trans fat level on his labs. And I told him at home to clean it with hydrogen peroxide and also apply a mixture of ascorbic acid powder, the pure ascorbic acid powder, mixed with water. And I just said, just mix it with water, paste, and apply it twice a day. And then eventually he started using the liposomal, so he used a mixture of both. And he left it uncovered. He was a construction worker, so he covered it while he was working. And then he took all those other supplements over there as well, based on labs. And that's April 13th. A few days later, it started creating an inflammatory response around it, and there's some more pictures a week after that. And then this is April 26th. We injected it again. It started ulcerating around the lesion. May 2nd, May 7th. Some more pictures. May 17th, we injected again.
Where did you inject? In the middle or in the
I injected all around it. I created a big bleb, a big wheel underneath the lesion each time. And he actually took these pictures at home, but basically every other day he had tons of pictures.
Did you start using just the sodium ascorbate pure?
Yeah, so on June 7th, good, you were right on task there, Dr. Ron. On June 7th, I decided to change it to pure sodium ascorbate because it wasn't reacting like the other patient who had melanoma quite so well. So we did sodium ascorbate pure only, and I injected actually 3 cc's under that lesion. And that's what happened that night. It started wheeling up. And then it started what we're used to seeing. With the squamous and basal cells, it created the black necrotic tissue. June 10th and then June 17th, that's a week later. June 21st, I injected again, pure ascorbic acid. I guess it's sodium ascorbate, but just no bicarb in it. There's a more necrotic reaction on those pictures after the injection. Injected again. You can see it was trying to heal the lesion on July. That's a picture on July 4th. We didn't inject it that day. I think we were off. And then on July 11th, he came in and asked my opinion on black salve. And I had told him when I was in school, we were urged really not to use it, but that I had seen lots of patients use it on different skin cancers. And he told me he wanted my opinion, but he was going to do it. So I told him to advise with caution, and he chose to do it. And so the next few pictures are a little gruesome. So he applied the black salve. There we go. A week later, it really had a major reaction. There is July 21st, and then July 23rd, July 28th, July 29th. And that's basically his immune system, I suppose, a bunch of mucus. And then we injected it again. And at this point, by August, he was all excited about injecting this. He came in all wanting to inject it again, and it didn't hurt him at all. There's August 3rd, August 11th, August 17th, 25th. And basically, that was September 14th, October 4th. And I saw him last week, and it's maybe a 1/4 centimeter diameter. It feels like scar tissue underneath it. So this is very similar to the other patient who had it on her shin. Basically, that's it. That black.
Any pain or inflammation around?
No, he said. I think I had some other slides in here. Did I not? Did it not save? I guess I sent the wrong file. He now is. He feels better than he did. He's lost 20 pounds, I think. He has great energy. He didn't even know he felt bad until he feels so good. He's very happy so far. He's no pain, nothing. He didn't really, throughout this whole, even when it looked like this, he didn't report much pain. So, I mean, literally within 3 weeks, that thing healed up pretty quick. So. That's it.